Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. We're excited to meet you and get to know you more. And our first question will be, how long have you been acting and what originally drew you to theater?
I started acting in middle school. Um, I played football my whole life, and then I got like placed in a drama class because I didn't pick my electives in the sixth grade, and I ended up just really liking it. And then I when I got to high school, I just didn't want to play football anymore. So
Oh,
here I am.
so you found a new passion. That was your passion afterwards.
It was the only place where I could be like emotional and intense, and people were like, "Are you good?" It was like accepted there. It was fun. It was people were
Yeah.
curious about it there, and I've always loved that.
Beautiful.
I love that. That's so sweet. Yes.
Awesome.
The theater kid was born.
Exactly. I love that. And that's what more people need to see too. So you've worked both on stage and behind the scenes as a director. How has it been wearing multiple hats in the theater shaped you as a performer?
Well, I think I wanted to be a director first. I'm just a very internal person, and I I think I gravitated towards acting because it forced me to externalize things. You know, it forced me less to focus on like framing the experience and just experiencing the experience. And I just get a lot of out of that as a person. Um, yeah, does that answer your question?
I love
Blank
that.
canvas. I love it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Shakespeare can feel intimidating to audiences and actors alike. What is your personal process for breaking down and understanding the Shakespearean language?
Um, I try to remember that he was like not put on a pedestal in his time. Like he's only put on that pedestal now because the people who have access to that sort of stuff, you know. Um, but it's poetry, you know. It's
Yes.
emotional sheet music. It's not written that way to lock you out of it. It's written that way to bring you into it. Even if you don't know what the words mean literally, you can feel what they mean because of how measured it is, and it keeps time, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's
I
just
love That's awesome. I love that. Better than the Spark Notes.
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah.
just go with the feel.
I would like to know what kind of like roles excite you the most.
Um, I play a lot of villains.
Oh, I like those too.
Yeah.
Those are very fun.
They
Yeah.
are the most
Yes.
fun, but I think they excite me because there's always a version of them on the page that you kind of have to resist. You know, like a villain to a certain extent has like is a
Right.
device in that they are supposed to resist the protagonist. You know, but if you look at it that way, then it locks you out of all of the humanity and the reasons that they came to be interpreted as a villain. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Everyone's just people trying to do the best with what they know and what they got, and like I feel lucky that I get to sort of use my artistic inclinations and stuff to try and speak for people who are generally misunderstood.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Yes.
I love that. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of times the villain is misunderstood.
Exactly.
It's all really about the perspective of the way it's shown. Yeah.
I think
Having,
I'm sorry, it's okay. I think we all have like a protagonist and a villain in our stories.
Mhm.
Like we're all can be that
We are
one person in our
all
times.
protagonist in someone else's story. You know
Exactly.
this is
Um,
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having played roles like Buckingham and Richard III, Ferdinand in The Tempest, and now playing Tybalt in Romeo and Juliet, how has your relationship with Shakespeare evolved over time?
what I mean? That's a good question. I think I've gotten more comfortable in allowing myself to bring what I bring to it. Like there is an element of honoring what it meant back in the day, but at the end of the day, like theater artists are here to reflect the times. And you know, when I was learning Shakespeare, sometimes my interpretation of the time didn't match the teacher, so it was sort of just like,
Mm.
you know, what a lot of my experience as a brown person tends to become pedagogically like right and wrong versus like, no, it's just my experience and this is how I'm interpreting this because it's poetry and we're making art. And like,
Right.
I think I learned that if it means something to me and I can defend it and I'm not just pulling it out of nowhere to make it work for the story, then I'm doing my job.
I agree.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. Agreed. That's awesome. Tybalt is often seen as a hot-headed and aggressive. What layers or humanity did you want to explore in him beyond that surface reputation? And what made you prepare for such an aggressive role?
I was actually nervous to play it because of that. I've always just been like an intense person. Like I grew up playing football. I'm just passionate. And I think when you don't know me, it can look like I'm angry sometimes. You know what I mean? So I think that was a big part of what informed like the man Tybalt is trying to be and like the boy he is. I think he's just like a young man who's very proud and protective of his family name. You know, he's driven by honor and this need to sort of do right by his family, and he keeps hitting what feels like to him are walls. Like he's doing what he thinks is protecting his family, and the more and more he hits those walls and things he's not doing enough of or too much of, it's like it pushes him to that point of no return. He's coming to age, and like it's like originally kind of the Renaissance period, so like it's a cultural climate like between like humanism and like theocentrism, like religiousness and like so I was trying to parallel that sort of Renaissance switch from like theocentrism into humanism to today, how like there's an American cultural like return to values and like conservatism, and I think that cracked the play open in a way that allowed me to personify anger as a symptom of fear as opposed to just anger for anger's sake. You know, he's protecting in his eyes.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of help with that too, because like, brown body on stage, angry, like that can very easily be interpreted the wrong way. And Monica and Roberta Emerson, our cultural coordinator, they were just really helpful in helping me follow those instincts with specificity so that we could still create a portrait of a boy who's doing the best he can with what he has, while also like honoring the quintessential needs of Tybalt's track, so to speak. I hope that makes sense.
I love that. Yeah. Yeah. It's like that accessing that divine rage.
Yeah.
And bring it out. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's great. That's beautiful. I had been wondering the whole time.
It's hard also because it all happens so fast, it's like 3 scenes to give beginning, middle, and end. So I try as much as I can to find small moments that give him a little more dimension than just a tyrant,
Exactly. Yeah, because you really access like his point of view, like who he is as a person, like, and understanding that within him, he's coming from a good place, but maybe the execution is not being perceived like that.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Exactly. Yes, I
Looking back at your favorite stage credits, from Much Ado About Nothing to Water by the Spoonful, are there any roles that fundamentally changed the way you approach acting?
There's a couple, yeah. Water by the Spoonful was a big one, just because it was the first time I got to play like an actual person.
like your breakout role.
It was in college, not even, it was just the first time I felt like I was, it felt like something was written with someone like me in mind. And one of the first Shakespeare shows I did was Much Ado About Nothing. I played Claudio, and it was just the first time I remember being on stage, and like I forgot where I was, but I wasn't like nervous about what I was gonna do next. I was just like there, and like for a high schooler, that is like a profound like and I've just been addicted to it ever since. I like that feeling of not knowing what you're gonna do next.
Unexpected feelings are
Yeah,
actually
I want to live there artistically, and I think that was the first time I felt it.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
I love that. What kind of stories or roles excite you most now?
I love an impossible situation. Like, I think
challenges.
we live in such a time where everything is a lose-lose. So it's like I like when it feels like that sort of 7% of life where you're fighting for something, you know?
Oh, I like that too.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And what has performing with Orlando Shakespeare in Romeo and Juliet meant to you personally as a local Orlando artist?
It has been like a baby dream come true, honestly. Like, oh God, excuse me. When I decided to be an actor in high school, I was like 16, and like the first show I went and bought tickets to see was a one-woman show with Suzanne O'Donnell, who's playing the nurse. It was Blackberry Winter, and it was like one of the first times I saw someone like using what they were actually feeling on the day in the moment and making poetry out of it with their body. Like it was, I still remember like so vividly. There's just this sequence where she would like put quarters into a piggy bank, and she's like grieving her mother, and each coin is a bargain. And I just remember being 16, and I was like, I can't do that like that, but I know like that's what I can do in my way. But like it was the first time I felt like
as you speak about it, it feels like you're there at the moment.
Absolutely.
Right? Like as you speak about it, it feels like you're still there at the moment. Like you just transported yourself into that. I could feel the energy from here.
Yeah.
It formed the kind of artist I wanted to be. Like I went back and saw Suzanne in so many shows after that. You know, like I went to public school doing like a public theater program. Like I should probably be in the military. You know what I mean? Like it's like it is a miracle that I am not. And also just to like be in the same room with this actress who I haven't even really able to tell like affected me that much, because I don't want her. I want to connect with her.
That's so sweet.
Like a dream come true. I've been just trying to take it all in. Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's so beautiful. I bet she would really appreciate that.
I'm a teller. We're gonna close first, though.
So, for audiences coming to see Romeo and Juliet, Jullien at Orlando Shakes, what can they expect from this production, and why should this version feel especially exciting or fresh?
I think there's I'm very proud of the urgency of our production. I think it feels like a reminder that the world comes from you, not at you. It's a warning that hatred is taught, you know? And if we want to change that, then we need to focus on what we're teaching and who we are at home, you know, with our families. Yes. And even if you know the story, you haven't seen it like this. Like the production's designed to sort of bridge the modern and the classical, even with down to how it's cast, you know? We were enabled to like examine the modern opinions of the masses and critique them just in a small scale with some of those household scenes, you know? And I think it cracks the play open very potently and beautifully. Yeah.
Wow, I love that. I love the fresh perspective that you guys are bringing to the theater. So what I'm getting is that it has a modern twist.
Yeah, I think it's in its time it was asking like how did we get here, and it is doing that today as
Love
well.
that. Yeah, yeah, very with the times. And last, well, kind of a question, more of a call to action. Give us a why of why people should come see the play. Motivate us to go.
And where can we go see you?
Yeah, and where? Yeah, exactly.
We are at Orlando Shakes, and we run through February 8th at the Lowndes Shakespeare Center. And you should come see it because, like I just said, even if you've seen it before, you haven't seen it this way.
Right.
Yeah.
Something new.
Energy, movement. It's emotional and immediate and messy. But also
We like
beautiful.
messy sometimes.
Yeah, we like that. We like that.
I don't mean messy like poorly coordinated. I just mean
Right.
messy human way.
Yeah. For sure.
Are you there?
Oh, yeah,
Like, for a second, yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, no, for sure. We motivate the audience to come see, and in a way it feels yeah, in a way it feels like a coming of age story.
Yeah.
It does.
Love that. Love that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for being here with us.
Yes, this was a great interview.
Yeah, we can't wait to go see the play and
have to get
see you rock out.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I love acting, so this is very exciting for me. For
When are
you.
y'all
And
coming? Do you know when y'all are coming? Have you seen it already?
No.
the new one that you're in? No, we haven't seen it yet. But
Yeah.
we would like to.
Yeah. So
I
send
hope-
us some tickets.
Please.
Preferably backstage so we can hang
So
out.
we can get to see you personally. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Love that.
Thank
Well,
you guys.
thank you so much for joining us today. We're gonna be there and celebrate you once you come on stage. So keep an eye out for us because we'll be streaming for you.
Yay.
Jullien!
I can't wait.
Thank you so much, God.
Thank you.
You have a good one. Thank you so much. And lots of luck and blessings for you over there.
You too. Bye bye.
Thank you.